Could go ahead and address that, and wow, look at that, boys. We're back. It has been 2-3 weeks since we've uploaded a video. We've just been super busy, you know, life's getting a hold of us. We've been doing a whole bunch of projects here on the past few weekends, so just really haven't had time to really get around and to make a video. But nonetheless, that's what we're doing today. We actually got something good in store for you. We are going to be replacing what I consider to be a choke point on my build. So as you guys know, I run the CTS front mount intercooler, and that intercooler is only rated for 450 horsepower, and well, we're definitely knocking at the door there. So we are going to go on ahead and be upgrading that front mount intercooler today, so that way we are going to, you know, just have the build ready for even more boost and to be even more capable. ARM Motorsports actually reached out to me. They sent us their front mount intercooler. It is rated for 700 horsepower, so we're going to go ahead, pull that out, pull the CTS one off the car, compare the two, get the new one installed, and just give you guys an overall review. Alright, just pulling this thing out of the box, I am impressed with the packaging. I mean, I would be shocked if that thing was damaged at all. I know that my box was somewhat damaged, but that is more on the UPS side of things than ARM Motorsports, of course. But nonetheless, we are going to go ahead, open this thing up, see what it looks like. Alright, so just right off the bat, pulling these things out. This ARM one is much heavier than the CTS one. It is also quite a significant size larger. So we are actually going to just kind of measure it and see how much bigger this ARM one is. It definitely has some super nice welding on there. You guys can see right there. And also, nice thing about this is you can opt to get this painted in specific colors if you want as well. I think it's like an extra 30-40 bucks from ARM, and you're able to get this painted in an option of a few different colors that they have. And they also provide a stencil as well, so that way if you want, you can go ahead and do it yourself. Just slap that up on there, get a can of spray paint, and you'll be good to go. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead, measure these, and compare their sizes of the cores. 9 inches tall, 22 inches across, 3.5 inches thick. Now for the CTS one, 8 inches tall, 2 3/4 inches deep, 24.5 inches long. So you guys can see right here, the CTS one is definitely wider, but it's not as tall nor as thick, and it's not that much wider. I don't think that's necessarily going to make that much of a difference. I think it really comes down to the actual design of the core, but nonetheless, this is definitely a larger by volume core either way. Now, one thing I do want to speak on is these pipes that they give. So, hard pipes, they are aluminum, it looks like. My thing that I see is that, well, they look small, okay? If you, let me see here. I don't even know if this will work, but it looks like that can go inside of there. I mean, if you have these side by side, look straight down on it, you can clearly see that size difference. This is a larger pipe. Now it's very thick as well, so inner diameter might not be that much larger, but I feel like I can even shove this inside of there. Let me try. That side though, it was right on top of it. So, you guys can see what I'm talking about right there. That's just, well, it's definitely a little bit smaller. I don't know if that's gonna affect it too much. They're quite smooth. I know that the metal's gonna be a little bit different as far as heat soak goes as well, but nonetheless, we're gonna try it. We're gonna end up putting this thing through the ringer over the next couple months, and we'll definitely give you guys an in-depth review. But nonetheless, as far as the comparison goes, CTS pipe's definitely larger. Now, hold on one second. One other thing that I also have is these. These, as you guys can see, they're twintercooler piping, okay? So I'm going to try and see if I can use it with this I'm gonna try and see if I can use it with the ARM intercooler, but if I can't, nonetheless, we'll use the pipes that they supplied. But either way, I just figured I'd show you guys that because, well, these ones that I just showed, the twintercooler pipes, these are more in line with the size of the pipes that they provided. The CTS ones are a little bit larger. I know that CTS tries to make some pretty big diameter things. I think their intake's like 3.5 inches as well. So nonetheless, we are going to try and see if we can fit the twintercooler piping. If not, not a big deal. We are going to go ahead and use theirs. But either way, let's go ahead and get this thing ready to get mounted on the car. Alright, so we've got the new ARM intercooler mounted up. As you guys might know, and if you don't, this is one of the very few intercoolers, very few front mount intercoolers that does not require any drilling. So as you guys will be able to see, I've got some holes in my crash bar right there. That's from the CTS one. And yep, you did have to drill through the front crash bar for that. But for this one, you did not at all. You just have to mount it into these T30s right there, and it hangs up perfectly fine with the brackets that they supplied. One thing I did want to talk about is these clamps that they supplied as well. These hose clamps right here, probably some of the nicest hose clamps that, let me see if I can get this to focus, probably some of the nicest hose clamps that I have personally used or seen in quite a long time. So always a big bonus whenever you see that they're not cheaping out in really any area. And let's go ahead and get these hoses thrown on the car. We've got that new intercooler put on. It was not tough at all. Like I said, you don't even have to drill any holes or anything like that. You literally just back out 2 screws, mount that thing up there, and tighten everything in. So we've got our clamps just facing this direction right now. Try to keep them somewhat uniform. You guys can see back in there, we also have our clamps right there as well as on the other side. So ARM, they do supply extra clamps. They throw in a few extras as well as extra silicone couplers, just depending on which ones you feel like using, basically. You can use whichever ones you want, it seems like. I did not end up using these twin intercooler piping, though it did look like it may have worked. I just decided, you know what, let's go ahead and try out their intercooler piping first, since it is a hard pipe, and I had issues in the past with this intercooler pipe right here. So the scrape plate that was under the car had a T25 that went up, and it was actually rubbing right here, and it was just basically eating away at that, and I ended up with a little hole. I epoxied it and bonded it all back together, and it never gave me an issue since then. But nonetheless, I figure, you know what, these hard pipes shouldn't have that issue at all, so let's go ahead and just try these ones out for now. But this intercooler does look pretty good. It is quite large sitting in there. We're gonna go ahead and get the bumper thrown back on here and see what it looks like all put back together. Go ahead and show you guys this. As you guys can see right here, our front lip has gotten pretty torn up over the time, but it's still holding on for the most part. It's just been scratched up, beaten up, you know. It's had its days dragging down the highway at 80 miles an hour, and it's had its days staying on the car, no problem. But either way, that is just a little thing I figured I'd show you guys. As we know, we all love cars here, and are any of you guys else into sim racing? This is a little rig that I built myself. It came out pretty darn good, honestly. It's solid as a rock and gets the job done. That chair's on sliders, able to go back and forward. We got our shifter, got our e-brake, everything like that. Nonetheless, let me know what you guys do, if you guys are into it at all. If you are, you know, drop down your gamer tag or whatever it is, you know, just let me know if you guys also enjoy sim racing. I have not had a silver intercooler in quite a long time. I spray painted mine black a good while ago. Go ahead and close this hood. But you guys can see right there, it looks pretty darn good, honestly. I will say I am a fan of the silver again. I was never not a fan of it. I just wanted to see what it would look like black. That's why I painted my CTS one, and I liked it that way, and I like it this way. It's not really, neither one of them wins my heart, I'll say that. But you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Do you prefer it black? Do you like it silver more? Do you want to stand out? You know, there's also other colors that they offer. I think you can get spray painted in gold and a couple others, but nonetheless, that's the one we went with, and I'm pretty happy with it. But next thing to do is to test it out on the road. We just went out and tried this just a second ago, and well, we blew out the pipe, so we're going to try this again, see if we can go into boost more. That was good. We went into boost. I rolled into it slowly just because I didn't want to fully just blast it all of a sudden, you know. We'll continue to work on that, but either way, for right now, it looks like it's going to be holding, so we can go on ahead and try and get another pull in here. Alright, so we got a few more pulls in right there, and it did good. I left the front bumper actually off just to make sure that in case anything were to happen, we could go ahead and address that. And wow, look at that, boys. I mean, I don't know how much closer I could have gotten right there. That is, wow. See, that's why I always back in. I was confident that I could pull in forward because I don't have my front bumper on, but Jesus, that was still scary close. either way, that is the current state of the car. We are going to go home, get the bumper thrown back on, and continue to do some more tests in it. One thing I really got to say though is thank you for all of your support. It is because of you guys that companies like ARM will reach out to me and be willing to support my channel and to support our community with just letting us test out different parts and kind of getting a good review on them. But either way, thank you guys for your support, and thank you ARM for you know, just supporting me on this channel. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are back at the house. We still don't have the front bumper on, but that's just because we were doing some test driving, just making sure that we didn't have to hop up under there anymore and tighten anything up. And it seems like we're good, so we're going to end up throwing back on that bumper and just kind of give you guys another look at what it looks like with the bumper on there and with this new intercooler on there. I will go on in and say the turbo actually seems to be a little bit more responsive. So I don't know if that's just a placebo effect or what, but that's my initial impression so far. It's not super hot today, so we're not going to be dealing with any crazy heat, so not to mention, didn't go very far. In the future, we'll definitely be doing a whole lot more testing with this intercooler and just kind of putting it through its paces and seeing how it holds up, see if the car gets any serious heat soak or anything like that, and if we can see a significant difference. But nonetheless, it definitely opened up the door for some more horsepower, so that's what we're really doing it for. And once again, let me say thank you guys to ARM, and thank you for all of your support, all of the viewers that just make this possible. There is going to be a link down in the description just to their website, and so that way you guys can check out, see what all they have. But you guys go ahead, hit that link down below in the description, see if there's anything that might interest you, and now let's go ahead and throw on this bumper and see what the car looks like all completed. It has been a while since we've been out at this filming spot. You know, the weather's just been kind of crap here recently, but you know what? Well, not recently, but it was there for a while. Then we got super busy, like I said. As you guys saw, one of the projects that we did was build that little sim rig kind of deal thing. I'm pretty proud of it. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know if you think there's anything that I can do to improve it. But nonetheless, let me go on ahead and show you guys what the car looks like with the new intercooler on. So as you guys can see, we've got it on there and it looks good. I'm a big fan of it. I don't know how long I will leave it silver for. Eventually, I'm sure that it's going to end up getting painted black just because, well, you guys know how I am. I like the murdered out kind of look, so we'll probably end up painting that. But in the end, we're going to leave it for now. You know what? I really don't have a single negative thing to say about this intercooler setup. It's the only product that I have from ARM, but I will say it's impressive. The build quality is really good. The welds look super nice. I showed you guys obviously the comparison of the two side by side, but nonetheless, you can just tell this is a very quality intercooler. We'll see how I like these charge pipes or whatever the heck they call them, but the tubing that goes for them, we'll see how I like that. I don't know. It does definitely seem to be a smaller diameter. I'm not sure how much that affects it. I know this is obviously a pretty small engine car, relatively small turbo, even though it's a hybrid turbo and it's bigger than even the Golf R turbo, but either way, relatively small. And you know what, it might be all that it needs, but nonetheless, that's the setup that we're currently rocking with. We're going to run it for quite a while, and I assume that we probably won't end up painting it for a good while, honestly, but nonetheless, this is how the car is sitting right now. It's looking pretty good. You know what, we do have some plans to be changing things up here soon though, so you guys will definitely want to be sticking around for that. We'll just have to keep you guys updated. But that's basically going to be it for today's video. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, I hope that you guys have a good one, and I will see you the next time that I upload. As you guys probably noticed, I haven't been uploading every single Saturday. Well, you know what, we're just going to kind of dial it back some. We're just going to be uploading whenever I feel like uploading, to be quite honest with you. I don't want to have set to a schedule. I don't want to feel like I'm being forced to put out videos or anything like that. I want the videos to be genuine. I want me to be enjoying them as well as you. So nonetheless, just figured I could let you guys know that. But either way, I'll catch you next time.